I've been watching a lot of comedy shows lately.
Like, Fluffy?
Um, I've been watching this YouTube called Dry Bar, and they have like a bunch of specials from different comedians. And I found this one guy called Stephen Geyer. I don't know if that's just a stage name or what, but he's a funny guy. And there's also this Hispanic guy. I forgot his name. I think it was like Juanito, and it was pretty funny too.
You should do stand-up comedy.
You know, my high school teacher said that, and I told them that no, I'm too lazy to stand. I'll just do sit down comedy.
See? I think you're funny.
No, I'm not that funny. I mean, I'm a funny person. There's a difference between being a comedian and being a funny person. A funny person could be accidentally funny. Like I feel like I'm accidentally funny, or happen to be funny, but
I
purposely, doing that.
well, I haven't watched a lot of stand-up comedy, but from the ones that I have seen, like, I never really find them funny.
Yeah, it's a hit or miss.
Maybe that's just, like, not my style, though.
Like oh yeah, comedy does come in different forms. Like there's TV shows, there's like stand up, improv is could be considered comedy. It's different forms.
Fugitive, but comedy style.
Yeah, The Fugitive, it's comedic.
When was the last time we recorded one of these?
Has to be like a week ago or two. Week and a half, I want to say.
Well, since then, I did end up dyeing my hair, and it's not the color that I wanted, but it's a color.
Yeah.
Just an update.
I want to tell the viewers what color?
Well, it was supposed to be pink, but then the bleach didn't end up working out. So it just looks brown because I didn't lighten it up enough.
Before. Yeah. Like, what's the process? Can you walk us through the process? Like, you bleach it first, right? Like to get.
So, yeah, you mix the bleach with this developer, and then you put it on your hair and you wait for your hair to lighten up. And it's supposed to be super bright blonde, but mine only turned brown, and I don't know why. And then after the bleach is on for like 30 minutes, you wash it off, and then you put on the dye, and then you leave the dye on for 30 minutes, and then you wash off the dye. And there you go. It didn't work out in my favor.
I wonder when you get older and your hair starts to fade, would it just like turn into that color?
Into the brown?
Yeah.
No, it'll turn gray. Um, I was actually thinking about that the other day because I was watching this old lady on TikTok dyeing her hair, and she used like the same kind of bottle that grandma would use, and I was just like, oh, memories of dyeing gray hairs. Do you think you'll be insecure of your gray hairs?
I already got a few gray hairs.
It's not no. Well, I haven't seen you in a long time, but
um, no, I don't think I would.
I also feel like it's different for men than it is for women. But that's kind of a whole other conversation.
No, no, yeah, we can talk about that. Like okay, from my standpoint as a man, I feel like older men like tend to care less, but younger men, like right now, I do care about what people think of me, like my outward appearance, like my hair, my face, so how I smell, how I'm dressed. I care about that. But older men, like they probably don't care about that because, like, what's the point of looking good for them? I don't know. It's like it gets to a certain point. Like I want to say like 70 and above. I mean, I knew this old man. He's like 60 some, and he dresses well every day, and he's balding, but he doesn't hide that up, and he has gray hairs. he doesn't hide that up either. But he dresses nice. He smells good. Wears a cologne, but he doesn't worry about his baldness and all that.
Oh yes, balding. No, I was bringing this up because today I was watching a video of these K-pop people, of course, and they're like 29, 30, and everyone in the comments was like, "Oh my gosh, wow, they look so good for being 30. I thought they were like 20." And I don't know, it just bothered me so much. Like, do you think people are just supposed to look like 90 when they turn 30?
Well, like I feel like with our generation and lower, like we kind of lose the concept of time, like anyone over 40, people automatically assume like, oh, you're a parent. Like, some people never have kids and they're like 40, like, oh, you're a dad, you're a mom. Like, I had a teacher who was like 40 some. I was in elementary. I remember asking her, "Do you have kids?" And she said no. Like she didn't have kids. I just, as a kid, I assumed like, oh, she must have kids.
Yeah.
She looks like a mom. She's like that age. Um, but yeah, no, like with time, you assume people would like start, changing. Like it's just a thing. But yeah, no, everyone's different, of course. Everyone's different. Like I might age worse or better than other people. Growing up, I was always mad because my friend would like always look older. Like people say he looked older than he was. He was like what, like 16. People thought he was like 20, and people thought I was like 13.
I remember when I was like 13, this random man thought I was 9.
Oh.
And and when I was 17, my friend who was 15 at the time only came up to me because she thought I was 14 and she thought I was younger than her. And now I don't know how old I look like, but I don't feel like how old I'm about to turn.
Makeup. So what's the big deal about makeup? Nail polish, lipstick. What's up with that?
I don't wear makeup, so I don't know what to tell you.
What about nail polish?
But I do use nail polish, but there's times when I'm like, this kind of has to do with the age thing. I'm like, oh, people always think I'm younger than I am, and I feel like people don't take me seriously enough because of that. So I'm like, oh, what if I do like dramatic makeup? Because you see all these like little 14-year-olds on TikTok, and people in the comments are like, wow, you look so old. So
Oh, that's kind of creepy.
I know it is creepy, but that is also like another thing, like, makeup, because I think people are scared of aging.
Yeah, like to hide the imperfections of blemishes and the wrinkles. Like people get surgery for
Yeah.
that stuff. I mean, like it's crazy.
But then ironically, some people, the makeup just makes them look older.
Yeah.
It's always like the grass is always greener on the other side. When you're young, you want to be old. And then you become old and you're like, oh, I wish I was a kid for a little bit longer.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember feeling like that in high school. I thought high school was gonna be like this cool thing, like, oh, I can't wait. And then you're there and you know,
It's just that.
yeah.
But I'm glad that we got to experience it in full because, some people haven't been able to do that.
Yeah, my sister didn't even get to graduate the proper way.
Yeah. I'm sorry, class of 2020. And possibly 2021 as well. I was watching videos from my Snapchat of like me in school and I was like, oh, I kind of miss it. But then I was like, no, I don't. Like, even though I don't know what I'm doing right now, like, I know I'm happier this way than I was while in school because I just felt stuck doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, I think like we miss like parts of school, but not school itself.
Yeah, I just miss like actually seeing my friends every day.
Yeah. Or like doing like the extra stuff like art or PE or whatever, band, whatever people were into.
Did you have fun doing PE?
Um in high school, I remember Because like there's a certain like we had a rule like where you have to do like a certain amount every year or take it one whole year and then like skip it the next.
Mm-hmm.
I think I did the whole year thing and then skipped it. But I was in weightlifting in high school. I was in track and then I was in weightlifting after uh senior year. I was in weightlifting. And that class was just basically nothing. Like you could like do whatever. And that it was like a free period basically. Um but yeah, PE was so bad. Middle school when was harder. That
Oh,
was the hardest part of PE because elementary it's like super easy. It's just dancing, go play around, have fun in the playground. But in middle school, like they actually tell you like, oh, push-ups, this and that, run, like
oh, I dread. I remember my PE for middle school was for my second period, and I just felt like horrible for the rest of the day because I was sweating at like 10 o'clock in the morning. I remember when you were a swimmer.
I went the other day to where I used to go because like we went to this public park like area facility and like in like our parents would drop us there and then they would take us by bus to the school. And so I went there and of course it's like all locked up. It looks so sad with the pandemic and all that. It was locked up and like there's bars and like just rust
Oh my god.
everywhere. And like the plants were all dead, like the bushes, like they were all dead, just dead, like nothing. Like I remember them when they were pretty flowers and they were just all brown and droopy. It looked so sad. And yeah, I mean, childhood memories are just the best.
This is our apocalypse.
Yeah, speaking of that, the whole zombie thing, it was going around after you mentioned it. For some reason, anytime I turned on the news or turned on anything, it tells zombie this, zombie that, CDC this. I even got an email about it.
Dang. It was because of me.
No, yeah, it's funny because like that happened. Have you ever had that feeling like someone mentioned something like fireworks? So like the next time something about fireworks comes up, like it catches your ear. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, zombies are kind of dumb. I feel like there's scarier monsters out there. Like vampires are scarier because like they're smart. Like they can trap you or trick you or something.
I think because my idea of vampires is Twilight, it doesn't sound scary to me.
Yeah, that's a vampire with a lot of makeup right there.
But zombies definitely scare me.
I mean, zombies. I think it's because like the real fear is like them eating you, and then like a bunch, like a group coming at you, like overrunning you, like tearing you from piece to
Yeah.
piece. But I think if you're thinking about like the fast zombies, then yeah, that would be scary because they're like fast, right? Theoretically, like they wouldn't have like a limit to how long they can run, whatever. But like it's a slow one. Like I feel like it depends because like there's the like what you're saying, the Twilight vampires. There's that kind of vampire, and then like there's the fast zombie, and then over here on the left there's like slow zombies and Count Dracula and stuff. Like I guess over time the monsters have been improved somewhat, in some cases improved to be more fearsome. Um, but yeah,
Have you seen Interview with a Vampire?
that's a good movie. It's a good movie. Um,
I have not seen it.
oh really? It's funny. It's like a documentary style comedy. Um, and like there's scenes like where they're like acting out like their stuff, like they're doing like, oh, do you have the sacrifice for tonight? And like they just like discuss around at a table like because they live like in a duplex, and so they have to
Mm.
like share and have meetings and do this and that and have like a little club going on of vampires. And then it cuts to like interview parts like with the questions like, oh, sometimes when you're cleaning the blood it doesn't get out, so I never wear white on those days. It's kind of stupid, but it's a funny film. They also have werewolves and they have zombies in there too, and witches, and they kind of like peek into those kind of things.
Well, I'm not gonna be living with shadows anymore because we're gonna be moving soon.
What if they follow you?
Well, we are only moving like 3 minutes away, so they could possibly just, walk
Wow.
to down the street.
It'll be like pop in for a visit. Hey, at the end of your bed. Um,
Stop! Not soon.
at your window, that would be more terrifying. Um, I don't know. The paranormal is fascinating in a way. It's like kind of like sci-fi and stuff. It's like it's fiction when you think about it. Like there's no real. Well, I do believe in ghosts, but there's not like to the extent like how Hollywood predicts. Shows them. Um, like the movie Annabelle. You have you seen that one?
Yeah.
Like the true story compared to that one is like I think the story is scarier than the movie because the movie is like you see these green hands coming out of nowhere, like scratching and throwing things. I like that's not scary. It's just freaky at least. But like a little doll that actually like tries to choke the dude. You heard the story. Everyone knows the story. Tries to
Mhm.
choke the guy in the bedroom while he was sleeping. That's scary. Like waking up to see a doll on you. It's scary.
And
Um,
the way that the actual Annabelle doll looks, like she's like all innocent and cute, and then like in the movie they purposely make it look like
yeah, like
just horrible.
terrifying. Yeah, and
But
then
like the
it's
cutesy doll is more scary.
yeah, and like what's it called? It's like a totally different kind of doll too in the movie. It's like a what's it called? Those like the last ones.
Like porcelain?
Yeah, it's like a porcelain looking doll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they made too many switches that it kind of ruined it. Maybe it would have been a good film without knowing the story, but the story is what made the film in the first place.
Yeah, and then like, because it's like a whole franchise, right? So then they were like teasing the doll in the movies before, so like, I don't know.
What's it called? Isn't there like is it a sequel where like it's a family and move into the house? I'm not sure if that's
Mm,
like a whole nother film or like related to Annabelle in some way. I might be confusing two films that it just
the
happens to have Annabelle in both titles.
the British family or the American family?
They're American.
Because in the Conjuring movie, the first
The
one,
Conjuring, that's what it's called.
yeah, they show Annabelle in the beginning, and then they make an actual Annabelle movie, and then a part two. So
Okay, so it's The Conjuring, Annabelle, and then a part two to Annabelle.
yeah, and there's also a Conjuring too.
Oh man. I mean, The Conjuring I did like, but that I didn't know the timeline of that.
They're all related because of the what's it called, Ed and Lorraine Warren, because they did the cases.
Ah, okay, yeah, yeah. What's it called? Mr. Bugs Bunny here, or the what's that little pig's name? I forgot his name, but yeah, I heard that they're making a movie on them specifically now, or that's coming up. 20, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be cool to see. I want to see that.
Do you think
Um,
they were real though? Because people say that they really couldn't do what they did.
I mean, they had a. Well, is it their museum or is it just a museum that took all the stuff and like made a story?
It's in their. It was in their house.
Okay. It's like they have the Annabelle doll and whatever. And of course, I've never been, but I mean, I think of course it's also been exaggerated. Their stories. Maybe it's like they go to do an exorcist on a vase, and like the vase is just a vase, and like they do the exercise and walk out. And that's it. But like the story would change up to be like the vase started flying and dead rose petals
Yeah.
like fell out of the top and like and washed them away with like dead roses and like exaggeration makes the story much better than plain truth sometimes.
Would you be happy if you got a surprise party?
No, actually, I never had a surprise party.
Neither have I, but I feel like I would be mad if I didn't know.
Yeah, right. Like, because you want to know, it's a thing.
Oh, now I'm thinking about like we used to watch interventions in health class in high school of people who had drug problems.
We had like motivational speakers in high school, like all
Oh, and
kinds.
the
Not just like people who like got over stuff, but like athletes, musicians, people like that would come and talk to us like every month. It felt like kind of like like what do schools do? Like not prep day, spirit day. Before like a big
Spirit
game.
Day,
Before like a big game, do
Spirit
like
Week,
I'm not no. There's like another word for it. But
pre-
anyways,
prep rally,
something like that. Something rally. Is it called a prep rally?
pep or prep, pep.
Pep, right? Yeah, pep rally. Either way, pep rally. Let's call it that. PPR.
Okay.
So at this PPRs, instead of like, well, they would have the cheerleader sometimes, but most of the time it would be a motivational speaker. And one time, this bald guy who had this big old beard, and I made a joke to my friend saying like, "Oh, I know where his hair went." It was like he had a huge beard, like it was like down to his stomach, beard. It was like black, thick black beard, looked like a pirate. It was bald, like completely like smooth bald, like if you waxed it, And he probably did. Um, but yeah, that was just one guy I remembered because he was bald and had a big beard. I don't remember what he did. He was probably like an
Oh,
author or like an artist of some kind.
I thought you were gonna say what he talked about, but you just mentioning that he's bald.
And that's all I remember. There's this one guy who like was super strong and like broke like like a closed Sprite can where he squeezed it and it popped, went everywhere. Yeah, I remember that.
This one time they brought this girl in a wheelchair and she talked about how she lost her legs because she was in a drunk driving accident, and like all the talks that we ever got were like trying to scare us into not drinking and doing drugs and having sex.
Like abstinence kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad my school never did that.
Oh.
No, I'm serious. I mean, I like it sounds bad now. Like maybe they should have, because like that happens. I mean, does that really help though?
Well, clearly people aren't gonna listen anyway, but
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
especially like
sure.
teenagers.
Yeah, but I'm sure some people. Well, it's not even like they should be like, "Hey, we know you're gonna do this. This is how you should be safe." But instead, they try to scare us by saying, "Don't do this, or you'll just die."
Yeah. Like, okay, one I do remember is like texting and driving, but it was more of a presentation style.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that, like safe driving. That's what they called it. I remember that in high school. They never did like a big group thing for sex. They did like classes, like a health class. Um,
Oh yeah.
I mean, like sex wasn't like that big of a deal at my school. I mean, people made out everywhere in front of like the security guards and stuff.
Yeah, people would do it at the school.
Yeah, like we had this stairwell at our school, and like people would go there to make out. And it was like the only stairwell, so people would like climb up and go past them. You
That's
know,
so awkward.
yeah.
Dang. Imagine if I ended up going to your school.
I mean, now that I think about it, my high school was actually pretty small. Like the building was small, but the layout was like that's what made it look big. The layout's like so it was just like a bunch of long hallways basically connected. Instead of like into one building. But now I think about it, it was pretty small. I never been to your high school. Have you been to mine? I
Um,
don't think you have.
I never went inside of it. I just remember
Going past
like
it.
um I was only like looking up stuff on the website because like of course I generally thought I was gonna go, so I was like looking up the roles on the website.
Oh, what a
But
nerd.
I needed to be prepared. But yeah, no, I never went. I don't know what it looks like inside.
It's nothing
I've been to the other high school. I know what that looks like inside.
I've been to that one too, and I'm glad that I went to the one I went to and not that one. That one looked like a train wreck, you know.
I feel like we probably would have gotten beaten up if we went to that school.
I would have beaten you
We
up. So I would have joined them.
Not even beaten up, stabbed.
Stabbed. Yeah, actually, I remember. Oh no, okay, try to guess, but a student and a teacher got pregnant. Okay, guess which one was which? Which one was male and which one was female?
Did the male student get the female teacher pregnant?
Yes. I don't know how that is. I don't know how that happens. You know, it was like something out of my what's it called? That's My Son, or something like that.
What is
Or
that?
That's My Boy. Is that the movie Adam Sandler? Where he bangs his teacher.
That's another thing. Like when it's like a male student, everyone praises the little boy. He's a child.
Yeah, they do make fun of that in the movie. Yeah, but like when it's the opposite, it's just creep factor off the rails. Yeah.
Oh, That's My Boy is on Hulu.
Yeah, that's my boy. Hmm.
My God.
There's also incest in that film, which is weird. Adam Sandler really went crazy with that one. If he
Adam
wrote it.
Sandler is always crazy.
Yeah.
I feel
Oh,
like he had to write it because in every movie he's in, he's like
the
somehow involved in
star.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed in every Adam Sandler film, he's always like with a beautiful woman. Always like no matter what, there's always a love interest that's beautiful. And he's always like
I
the
know.
hero, and he's always like either super cool or accidentally cool. Like he's nerdy or in some films or like a creep, but like he's still cool, you know? Like there's some
It's literally just like his fantasy. He's like, I'm an average looking man, but I'm gonna get the most beautiful woman and I'm gonna be cool.
that's the plot of every film
Yes.
except for Jack and
Uh,
Jill. That one
what's
was
Jack and
crazy.
Jill?
Okay, so Adam Sandler plays two different roles. He plays a brother and sister. So he's like they're like twins.
Um,
It was as a kid, it was kind of funny, but watching it back, I mean, like it was whatever.
Adam Sandler as a drag queen.
Yeah, I mean, he did look good.
Oh my gosh, it got 3% on Rotten Tomatoes. That must hurt.
I don't know, man. Jack in jail went up the
Climbed up a
hill.
hill. Oh,
Is it
did
went
they
or
go up it?
climbed?
I don't know.
I mean, either way, they got on the top, right?
Um,
Jack fell down and broke his crown.
it's went up the hill.
Yeah,
To fetch a pail of water, Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling
rolling
after.
down. Oh, okay.
It should be down because that rhymes with crown.
Yeah. Oh, whatever, you know, old peeps back
Oh,
then.
oh wait, never mind. I don't know. Have you written anything new?
The only thing was what I shared with you, my TIP story. It's Terror in Progress. I haven't touched it in a couple of days. I haven't touched anything else as well. I've just been thinking of like what's next, and that's all I've been doing, thinking but not doing. And I'm kind of frustrated at myself for that.
Well, it's okay to take a few days to just think.
I'm pretty sure they don't tell you that at the what's it called, McDonald's. No, sir, just take a few days to think, and everyone's just gonna wait for you. You know.
Think about getting those fries.
Yeah, should I get salted or unsalted? Actually, that's a
Oh.
trick. They say to get unsalted fries and salt them yourselves because like it tastes better.
Um, I'll try that if I ever go to McDonald's.
Don't go to McDonald's. Go for Chick-fil-A, man. Those waffle fries, I had them today. Oh my god, they even got better than I remember. Oh my god.
Yeah, I had Chick-fil-A on Saturday, and I tried the new spicy grilled chicken.
Ah,
And
come on, man.
why?
I was gonna bring that up. No, but like it's stupid because it's just the same thing but grilled. I mean,
Hey,
yeah,
hey,
it's
hey, hey,
different. It's
hey.
different, but
It tastes different.
they already have something on the menu that's not spicy though. It's just grilled chicken, basically. But I didn't eat it
It,
myself. I just got the nuggets. But how was it? How was it?
I
Tell
will
me.
say, I will say the breaded chicken that's spicy is better than the grilled. The grilled, I don't know. It's just like
It's like wet and
it.
moist.
Yeah, it doesn't match. You can't add like spice to that. Just have it, a regular
I feel like
chicken.
I feel like it would be better in a soup, if anything.
A spicy chicken?
Or like the grilled, not the spicy part, but like because like the way it is, like the texture already feels kind of soupy. Like
Hey, don't give them any ideas. They're gonna steal.
I mean that would be a brilliant idea, chicken soup. I mean, I'm pretty sure they do have that, but make it unique, make a twist on it. Like chicken soup with uh strawberries. I don't know, something. Mushroom chicken soup. That sounds good. I would eat that.
Um, wait. Okay, yeah, they do have chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup with the soda on the side. That looks kind of good.
What was the strangest thing you ever eaten?
Ever eaten?
Yeah.
Maybe more like weird food combinations, like I don't know, like eating chips and cereal at the same time.
Like in the bowl, like together.
Not in the bowl. Like I would have like a spoonful of cereal with milk and then eat some
Chips.
chips.
Like Cool Ranch. Yeah, what kind of chips?
They were Doritos, but they were the nacho ones.
What kind of cereal? Like
It was
cornflakes.
honey bunches of oats.
I could see that. I mean, that's a
It's
good
kind of
idea.
nasty.
Oh, well, why'd you do it?
No, like it wasn't gross like tasting it, but like the
Oh,
idea of something sweet with something like
oh,
cheesy is
yeah.
gross.
I mean, like that sounds like a good idea. Like honey coated chips. I'm pretty sure they have something like that, like Lay's or something. But the weirdest thing is I've eaten is frog. I've eaten it once, and it was at this fancy place, and it wasn't bad. Like I was expecting it to be gross, but it was like grilled chicken. That's like from freaking churches, not churches, Chick-fil-A. I would compare it to that, like the texture wise to that, and the taste would be like kind of barbecuey. Like I didn't put barbecue sauce or anything. I don't know. It tasted kind of barbecuey, like barbecue chicken, and it was pretty good.
Barbecue. I want some ribs now. Just like craving all types of food.
The only thing I'm really craving is a drink.
No.